Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Student Showcase concert as part of Cellissimo. I'm delighted to say that we are joined by 8 outstanding young cellists who are here on our call, from coming to us from all around Ireland and in fact from beyond. They've been taking part in masterclasses with 8 wonderful professional cellists. They've had classes over the last 4 days with Adrian Mantu, with Mark Coppe, with Naomi Beryl, with Jakob Korani, with Adrian Brendel, with Misha Maisky, with Hannah Roberts, and with Natalie Haas. So they've had a lot of different inputs from a lot of different musicians with their experiences, and I think that they have enjoyed very much the experience. They've all performed for these people. They've taken part in group lessons with them, and it's been wonderful for me. I haven't seen them all, but many of the classes I saw parts of, and I could see great exchange of ideas and inspiration. So I want to thank the teachers for taking the time to impart their knowledge. I want to thank the students for being so eager to take part and participate and learn. I'm sorry that the whole thing was online, but it's wonderful we've managed to do that, I think, and to do as much as we could in these times. And it was very important for us at Music for Galway that we would showcase the brilliance of our students, and so we have put together this showcase concert where each of the students will perform a piece of their own choice, and we're going to ask each student to introduce their own performance. So without further ado, we're going to start with Zoe Nagle, who is here, and Zoe's coming to us from Munich, actually. Zoe, you're studying in Munich at the moment, aren't you, with Julian Steckel?
I am. I'm in my second year here, so yeah, it was absolutely lovely to be, we knew that travel, there were so many uncertainties around whether or not it would be feasible to make it back, even if things had been in person. So it was really great to be able to attend and participate virtually.
Sure. And I saw you getting great pleasure this afternoon out of the class with Natalie Haas on the traditional music, which was probably something a bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, all of the masterclasses have been absolutely amazing, but Natalie's, and as well we had one with Naomi Beryl, and it was just lovely to have that exposure to styles that a lot of us wouldn't normally have been used to playing in. And yeah, it was just like a really lovely addition to a brilliant week.
Great. Well, Zoe, we're now going to enjoy your performance. I've decided to begin and end the concert with some solo Bach. You can't go wrong with solo Bach, and Zoe is going to perform for us the Prelude and Sarabande from Bach's C Major Cello Suite. beautiful performance of Bach there from Zoe Nagle. Thank you so much, Zoe, for getting us started in our concert this evening. Next we have Peadar O'Loinsigh, and Peadar is in Dublin. I think, Peadar, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I'm in the currently in my third year of my bachelor degree at the Royal Irish Academy of Music, and I'm with Christopher Marwood at the moment.
Very good. I think Christopher Marwood needs a big shout out. I hope he's watching the concert this evening, because I think many of the students who are taking part are either current or former students of Chris. And Chris also performed, of course, as part of Cellissimo on Saturday night in the Beethoven Sonatas concert. So a big thank you to Chris. So you're in third year at the Academy, Peadar, and you're enjoying the course there?
Yeah, absolutely. They've, you know, it's been, given the difficulties at the moment, we've really been able to have a lot of make a lot of progress. We've had chamber music, been able to continue with that, and small ensembles as well, and yeah, and of course lessons and so on. So it's been really great.
Wonderful. And you're going to play some Prokofiev for us this evening.
Yeah, I'm going to play the third movement of Prokofiev's Cello Sonata in C major.
Wonderful. And we should mention that the pianist is off camera, but it is Dearbhla Brosnan, and we thank her for her input as well. So here we have Prokofiev with Peadar and Dearbhla. Well, thank you, Peadar and Dearbhla, for that dramatic performance of Prokofiev, the finale of his cello sonata. We're still in C major. I think we're going to need to move to a different key now. And to bring us there, we have Robert Murphy, who's been part. How are you? Have you enjoyed the last 4 days of classes? How has your cellissimo experience been so far?
It's been really fantastic. It's just been really inspirational to work with these top class teachers, and even getting to see the amazing performances in the evening as well, and the BACH plus concerts. It's been great. Yeah.
Was there any particular class that you kind of felt you got more out of than another, or was it somebody who had really good insights, or were they just all different in different ways?
They were all fantastic. They were all very different. The one that kind of which I was really happy with was the class with Adrian Brendel.
Okay.
I played the fourth movement of Frank, and it was fantastic. I learned a lot.
It was interesting how they had different attitudes towards the work. Some people went really into detail and bar by bar and note by note, and right down to basics, and other people spoke in broad strokes about music and about life and philosophical questions. So I think that's interesting to have that mix of input.
For sure, yeah.
And speaking of César Franck, you're going to perform a movement of that sonata for us now. I think you might just introduce it.
Yeah, so I am playing the second movement from the FRANCK Violin Sonata, which is arranged for cello.
And you're going to be joined by David Ivicevic on the piano, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, let's enjoy César Franck with Robert and David. And thank you to Robert Murphy and David Vesey for that dramatic performance of César Franck's Violin Sonata, arranged for cello, the second movement there, performed for us in Cork. And now for something totally different. We've got Adrian Ivicevich joining us, originally from Croatia, I think, but now in Limerick. Is that right, Adrian?
Yeah, that's right. I'm studying here at the Irish World Academy at the University of Limerick. It's my final year of my master course here with Irish Chamber Orchestra.
Great.
And yeah, I'm happy to be here and to join you.
And you were happy to see the Irish Chamber Orchestra performing again on last Thursday at our opening concert.
Yes. Unfortunately, this year is as it is, with performances, but at least we can use the modern technology to access the music in a new way.
And you're going to play a piece for us now that many people won't know. It's a solo cello piece by a Croatian composer. Maybe you just tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, indeed. So I actually don't know much because there's not much data available on the internet. But what I can tell from the circumstances it was written in, it was 1993. That was the year when war was raging in Croatia. And it was written during the composer's studies in Vienna. So from the many traditional folk motives in the music and its lamentuous nature, we can actually somehow relate to that and conclude that it's actually some kind of sorrowful monument to the sad events that were taking part in Croatia back then.
Okay, so this is Lamento per cello solo, written in 1993 by the Croatian composer Antun Tomislav SABAN, and it's performed by Adrian Ivicevic. the plaintive tones there of the Croatian composer Saban, his lament for solo cello, performed by Adrian Ivicevic, also Croatian. And thank you for that. And now I think we need something to lift us up a bit after that, and no better man than Johannes Brahms with his F major cello sonata. And to play it for us, we have an American cellist, Isaac Bovier. And Isaac, originally from Los Angeles, I believe, the home of another cello festival, the Piatigorsky Festival.
Yes, that is correct.
Is that a festival you have attended?
Yes, both in 2012 and 2016.
So I'm sure you could tell us a thing or two about cello festivals. Then it's, I'm sure there's lots of interesting things that you saw there. And
oh yeah, no, it really was a wonderful experience. I will say that it being centered around the life and compositions and works, and of course the playing of Gregor Piatigorsky, a lot of it was based around his students. For instance, one of our mentors during this program, Misha Maisky, along with many others in his class, such as Raphael Walfish, Nathaniel Rosen, Lawrence Lesser, Jeffrey Solo. And it was a really incredible experience. Having said that, in the time that I've spent in cello festivals, I don't think I've had as much fun as I've had being a part of this wonderful cello biennales that you've put on here in Music for Galway.
Well, thank you so much. That's great to hear. And as I said, you're going to perform the first movement of the Opus 99 Brahms F Major Sonata, and your pianist is Gary Beecher. So let's enjoy some Brahms.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I hardly want to speak at all there because we're going to move into the second movement of the same sonata. But thank you to Isaac and Gary for that performance of Brahms. And now we're going to have Michael Murphy from Cork, who's going to perform for us the second movement together with Ciara Moroney. Michael, how has the week been for you at Cellissimo?
Honestly, it's been amazing. I mean, I think one of the most important things for me was the fact that I hadn't been able to play to people in so long. So it's an experience that I feel like I somewhat forgot. So it's nice to get back into things. And of course, I mean, the experience of all of the musicians that we got to play for was amazing. And I learned so much. So yeah, I'm really grateful to have been able to experience this.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much. And now we will enjoy the second movement of Brahms' F major sonata, the Adagio Affettuoso, with Michael Murphy and Ciara Moroney. And so we come to the end of our Brahms excerpt there with Michael Murphy and Ciara Moroney. And next we're joined by Catherine Cotter, who is the youngest participant in our masterclass program here at Cellissimo. She's only 18 years old and she comes from Mullingar. Catherine, how have you enjoyed the week?
It's been really great. I enjoyed all the masterclasses, and I think I learned definitely an awful lot from each teacher. They each had something new and something different to do with each piece, and which I found really interesting. And the concerts as well, I really enjoyed listening. I managed to tune into most of them. I think I missed one.
Fantastic.
So it's really been great.
Great. And you're going to play a piece by Casado for us. Maybe you just tell us a little bit about that piece.
Yeah, it was written by Casado, obviously, and it's dedicated to Pablo Casals, another great Spanish cellist. It's a lovely, fiery, intense Spanish-sounding piece. And the title, I was surprised to learn, Requiebros, it means a compliment or a flirtatious remark. So that's definitely not the first thing that popped into my head when I heard it. But it's an interesting title, and I think it definitely adds a new layer of meaning to the piece, there's loads of lyrical bits in it as well.
Wonderful. Well, now we're going to enjoy your performance, and you're joined by your mother, Marie-Therese Cotter, on the piano. Thank you, Catherine.
Thanks.
Well, I almost feel like I've been transported to sultry Spain with that lovely performance by Catherine Cotter and Marie-Therese Cotter on piano of Requiebros by Casado. Thank you for that. And for our final performance of the Student Showcase concert, I'm joined by Callum Owens for some solo Bach. I did say we'd start and finish with Bach. And Callum is from Cork, and I think you're also studying in Germany at the moment, Callum.
Yeah, I am in my first year in the Hochschule für Musik Hans Eisler in Berlin.
And you're studying with?
Oh, I'm studying with Nicholas Altstadt.
Indeed, who is supposed to come to Cellissimo, but
yeah.
We all know what happened to certain parts of the plan. And you're enjoying life in Berlin?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit strange. I'm moving and starting to study during a pandemic, but you know, I think I'm getting the most out of it that I can. So yeah.
Is it true that the Bach Sixth Suite is one of the most demanding of them all?
I think so.
But
yeah, it's also one of the nicest to be able to play. So yeah.
Very beautiful. And so thank you for this performance. We're now going to hear the Allemande from Bach's Solo Cello Suite number 6. Thank you, Callum. And with that performance by Callum Owens of BACH, our student showcase concert comes to a close. I want to thank our 8 students for being present, for taking part in the student program with such enthusiasm and energy, despite all the difficulties of the pandemic, and for sending us those beautiful performances and taking the trouble. Also to their pianists, to the technicians involved, thank you so much. Cellissimo is presented by Music for Galway with Galway 2020. The student program is kindly supported by SAP, and I want to finish by thanking Alice Kelly, Music for Galway's intern, who looked after this student program with absolute aplomb and was unfazed by any challenges sent her way. So thank you very much to Alice Kelly. Do join us for more Cellissimo events over the next few days. Thank you all, and good night.